Stifler, he says, ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10, starting with you. Rate your own looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
Okay.
8.
All right.
9.
Okay.
I have a question about this game.
Okay.
Is this the entire dating pool from age 14 to 80? Is this compared to people at the table? Is this compared to people my own age 41?
I would take a general sampling of all of the women who are inside of the United States who are adults, right? And you can envision the question this way if it's easier for you. You're at a beauty pageant, okay? And there's 100 men, and they're all going to give you a rating based on that average of all the women who exist who are adults in the United States, and whatever that medium is, 1 to 10, is where you're going to place yourself.
4.5.
Okay.
What would have your answer have been before that clarification?
At the table, a 3. Of women my own age, a 6.
Okay. All right. What about you, Tiffany?
8.
Okay.
10.
10 for you. Okay.
6. 3.69.
60.
What's your real answer?
3.
Oh, okay. Wait, so 10, 8, 9, 8, 10? Oh, we got to rate ourselves too. I give myself a 5. Andrew?
10.
Hell yeah.
Well, wait. Why is everybody laughing? You don't believe me?
No, I love the confidence.
Oh, it's confidence? Is it objectively true?
Well met. Lol Paladins donated $200.02. I'm a hitman.
Oh.
I murder people for a living, but it's okay. Don't judge me how I make my money.
Okay.
You think it's objectively true that 10 being the most handsome men who exist on planet Earth, that I'm in that same category? You think that's objectively true then?
If you think you're a 10, then you are a 10.
No, that's not what I asked. I didn't ask if I think. I've asked you. Objectively, then you think objectively that I am on par with the most handsome men on planet Earth?
I have to see you standing up in person in front of me, but off the confidence, I'll give you a 10 too.
Okay, but what about the looks? The thing we're judging, which has nothing to do with the confidence, because we're judging the physical characteristics.
I like the beard. The hair is fine.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
Okay, great. So it's nice to hear that I am amongst the gods, the Greek gods amongst men, the chiseled statues which remained of the abs and the epitome of masculine, handsome energy. I'm glad that you agree that I am in that category.
Yeah, if we were rating confidence, that's a totally different scale. Like, I'm a very confident woman. My confidence is a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
Word.
You can totally give yourself a 10. Why
Yeah.
not?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can lie.
No, I don't think it's about lying.
A couple of years ago, there was
Okay, so what even makes the statement truth apt? You honestly believe then? Like, here's my honest question to you, right? I gave you the clarification. You have a group of men, right? A random sampling of men, and you're going to go down this walkway, and they all can hold up a sign 1 to 10 to rate you, and you're going to go off of whatever the medium is of what they rate. You honestly think that they're going to rate you a 10? That's what the average answer is going to be?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, in this case, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you rate me?
I think you're an average-looking girl, probably 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, when I don't really understand why people scoff at that, because we have to have an average, right? Like a mean that we can compare everything to. And I think that being put in the category of average doesn't mean that you're plain or that you're bad or you're even bad looking. I think it can be you're very good looking as an average looking woman, right? Below average would be like very obese, things like this, all the things which you compare endlessly yourself to when you're comparing yourself to other women, right? You know what an average looking woman looks like, you know what they don't look like. But for some reason, this has become some kind of grave insult to just say, hey, you look like a normal girl. Good. But I don't know why there has to be this beauty-a-thon where everybody has to be amongst the most beautiful women on planet Earth, which, by the way, the Whatever podcast has the most beautiful women on it on planet Earth. All you have to do is ask them.
It's true. I mean, as can be evidenced by the panel I've collected today.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You had something, go ahead.
So the way that I feel like this topic or conversation relates to outcomes makes me think of this documentary or docuseries that was on Netflix several years ago. It was called The Science of Sex Appeal or something like that. And one of the research experiments that they did is they had 10 men and 10 women, and they were all maybe they were all dressed in black or all dressed in white, and they had like caps on. They were dressed to be neutral human figures, and each woman had a card taped to her head 1 through 10, and each man had a card taped to their head 1 through 10, and you didn't know what your number was. And the point of the game was to try to pair with somebody, one man, one woman, and try to get the highest number possible. And obviously everybody starts to want to try to match with 8, 9s, and 10s until the 8, 9s, and 10s don't match with you, and then you start to accept lower and lower so that you can get the highest number, so that you can find a match. And
yeah, so this is I've seen this experiment done. This is, but there's many variations on it. But this is a basic sociological experiment, very similar to the Werewolf and Village experiment, right? It's the same type of game. It's applied to kind of figure out delusion or non-delusion. I haven't heard of that one specifically, but I've heard of games which were similar to that. And so ultimately, though, you find out that a lot of people were very delusional about that, what they thought that number was, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and you start to, I'm going to say settle.
Right.
And you start to learn what your number is.
Couple questions on here. I want all of you to rate me on this, and I will not be offended. You can give me your honest, genuine rating.
2.
I'm not gonna.
2.
Okay, shut up, Andrew. All right, what about you? Go
I'm
ahead.
a 10. I can say what I want.
I would rate you 6.5.
Okay.
3.
3. Okay. Let's scroll over here. The 10 over here is lying, or not laughing, by the way. Remember that. Okay, go ahead.
8.
8?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But if I'm
Come
allowed to say a little more, when I first saw you today in person,
It was higher.
no. That's
then-
not what I'm getting
Oh, okay.
at. I had a feeling that in the past you had a lower self-esteem than you have right now, and that you glowed up. I do not know how it was. I have no idea about like your biography or anything, but it's definitely an 8.
Wait, pull up my old Instagram photos. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's what I sensed, that in the past you probably felt less attractive than you became, and right now that's, for me personally, it's a solid 8.
That's
Were
you felt?
you psychic? No. Why?
Just because like that's what you like, that was your vision when you first saw him.
That was my impression, for sure.
I had a glow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but
I
that's
don't know.
my
I
impression.
had a fat up. I got chubby, man. All right, pull up the Instagram. This is young Brian F11. F11.
This is before.
Is that you in the crop
Scroll
top?
down. Scroll all the way.
Is that you in the crop top up there?
Hold up. All the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. All right, you can scroll up a bit. All right. Keep going. Just kind of scroll up. All right. Scroll up. Scroll up. Anyways, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You think I'm better looking right here
Yeah.
than in those pictures?
Yes.
Hello?
It's my taste. I would not like you.
I
if
like facial hair too.
Saw
so that's
you.
that's a plus for you.
On those pictures.
Okay,
first,
I guess
yeah.
put that down as a W for Brian. Okay. What do you rate me?
You're a 6, but I also wanted to add that when I think of the scale 1 through 10, sometimes I've heard people describe the scale 1 through 10 like 9 to 10 is the top 10%, 8 to 9 is the 80 to 90%. But when it comes to averages, that's not how bell curves work. There's a lot more people that live in the 4 to 6 zone. Like when it comes to like a standard deviation at 0, you're about 66% of the people are gonna be within that middle average.
Okay, I agree with that. What do you rate me? Oh boy.
Like a 4.5 or a 5.
Okay, what do you rate me?
I give you a 9.
Bruh, come on, dude.
I would.
She give me a 9. All right, what do you give me?
A 6.
Gives me a 6. Okay, what do you give me?
4.
A 4. All right.
Okay, to the girl who rated you a 9, I have to ask, can you describe for me what an ugly woman looks like?
An ugly woman?
Yeah.
Into the mic.
Why would I describe an ugly woman? We're not even talking about women right now. Mister?
Yeah, I know. Can you describe for me though what an ugly woman looks like?
Did you just assume
Like you do
gender?
agree that there are some women who on the planet who are ugly, right?
No, I don't think any women on this planet are
okay.
ugly.
So then your
Erroneous!
standard is
Erroneous!
that there's no such thing as anybody who's a person can be in a burn victim ward, half their face is melted off, their tongue is sticking out, they have a hunchback on their back, right?
Mm-hmm.
This person is still, you consider them to be physically attractive.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yeah, you consider Quasimodo physically attractive, do you?
Honestly, if he can be the lead in a Disney movie, then he is attractive. I think beauty is in the eye. Like, you have to think about it. Like,
I agree. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So I'm asking, what is the least beautiful type of person you can describe? Because I would consider that to be ugly.
to someone who's like evil. Like, I think if you're a bad person, you're ugly. But
Yeah,
like,
but what about their physical characteristics, not their emotional or innate characteristics?
like,
Like, let's say a person was in a coma and had never spoken a word their entire life, right? So you had no idea what their personality was like. You could only see what they physically looked like.
mm-hmm.
Inside of that situation, the person who physically looked the worst would look like what?
I don't even like. I don't even know how to answer that. Like, why are we thinking? Why not think about pretty things? Like, why are we thinking about ugly people?
Well, because in order to think about what is pretty, I think that you have to have the other end of the standard, which is what is not pretty. And so I'm asking you what a thing which is not pretty in a person looks like physically. Otherwise, how can we judge a standard, for instance? How can I judge your standard for what beautiful is if you can't tell me the other end of it, which is what ugly is? How could I ever judge your standard as being something which is in any way, shape, or form dependable?
Okay. Well, I just think. Well, can I just say what I find attractive about Brian? Is it Brian? Or is it Brandon?
Now, how about you tell me what you find unattractive about
I
them?
don't know. Like, I just find. I feel like my brain like is at a point where like attractiveness is really just based on like the inside. Like, would you ask this question to Stevie Wonder?
Yes. Stevie Wonder, yes, I would ask him, what does a beautiful woman look like? And he'd be like, well, I think, he would dive into, I'm guessing that she has a voluptuous bosom and a nice rounded hiney and all sorts of different things that I'm sure Stevie Wonder would say, as my understanding was that Stevie Wonder had a way with the ladies once upon a time. So I'm guessing he had a standard as well.
Okay, I do have standards and they're very high, but I just.
Oh, well, what a shock. So you have really, really high standards for the type of men you will date, right? And so then we rule out all the types of men you won't date. What do the types of men you don't date look like by chance?
Well, I know their pockets look empty. That's one. I don't like brokies. I like a guy who's ambitious.
Yeah, I know, great. I'm just the physical characteristics.
Okay,
right?
okay. I don't like guys. Okay, I guess for my preference, I don't like guys with blonde hair that much. Even though my first kiss was a blonde